We started our walk at Finsbury Park station and headed along Stroud Green Road toward the park. When we reached the sign for the cycle park, we crossed the road and entered the park. To reach the entrance to Parkland Walk, we crossed the park and passed several tennis courts. The area was very lively, with runners and people out walking their dogs. Follow the Capitol Ring, direction Highgate. The walk from Finsbury Park Station to Alexandra Palace railway station via Parkland Walk feels surprisingly wild for inner London. You're following the course of an abandoned railway line that once connected Finsbury Park to Alexandra Palace. So the route has a mix of woodland, railway history, hidden art, and long green tunnels under trees. After passing the Parkland Walk local nature reserve signpost, we followed a path with a building on the right-hand side. The route opened into a quieter stretch where the diverse vegetation and wildlife of the Parkland Walk became more visible. Along the Parkland Walk, you can encounter a rich variety of urban woodland nature that has flourished along the abandoned railway line. Dense canopies of sycamore, oak, ash, and silver birch trees shade the path, while ivy, ferns, nettles, wildflowers, and mosses grow across the embankments and old brick walls. The graffiti art along the Parkland Walk adds a vibrant and creative contrast to the natural surroundings. Colorful murals, tags, and street art cover sections of the old railway bridges, tunnels, and brick retaining walls, transforming the abandoned infrastructure into an open-air gallery. In spring and summer, the area is alive with birdsong from robins, blackbirds, woodpeckers, and parakeets, while butterflies and bees move among the flowering plants. The secluded environment also provides shelter for foxes, squirrels, and other small wildlife, creating a peaceful green corridor where nature has gradually reclaimed the former railway landscape. The walk from Finsbury Park to Alexandra Palace via the Parkland Walk is about 4.5 miles, which is 7.2 kilometers, and typically takes 1 hour 30 minutes to 1 hour 45 minutes at a comfortable pace. The artwork ranges from bold abstract designs and detailed portraits to expressive lettering and community-inspired pieces, giving the route a constantly changing character. Blended with the overgrown vegetation and historic railway remains, the graffiti contributes to the unique atmosphere of the walk, where urban creativity and reclaimed nature exist side by side. The trail passes over and under several surviving railway bridges, each a remnant of the former Edgware Highgate line. These structures, like the Stapleton Hall Road Bridge, the Crouch Hill Footbridge, and the Northwood Road Bridge, frame the path and give it its distinctive character. Many of the smaller bridges and underpasses are now covered in graffiti murals. Cape Adventure Playground is a children's adventure playground and community play center located beside the Parkland Walk in North London, near Crouch Hill. It is designed mainly for children aged 6 to 13 and focuses on outdoor, nature-based play. The playground includes rope bridges and tree houses, climbing and den building areas, arts and crafts activities, indoor play spaces, and supervised free play sessions run by trained playworkers. The flora and fauna of Parkland Walk are remarkably diverse because the abandoned railway line has developed into a long natural habitat largely undisturbed by traffic. Over time, nature has reclaimed the old tracks and embankments, creating a mixture of woodland, grassland, scrub, and shaded wet areas that support many species of plants and animals. The railway closed in the 1970s. Parts of the old station platforms can still be seen along the trail today. These platforms are reminders of the area's Victorian railway history and help visitors imagine what the stations would have looked like when trains regularly traveled through the route. At places such as the former Crouch End Station and Highgate Station, sections of the original platforms, walls, and railway structures remain visible among the trees and vegetation. Over time, nature has grown around the old brickwork, creating a unique mix of industrial history and woodland scenery. The abandoned platforms now give the Parkland Walk a distinctive atmosphere, combining the feeling of a nature reserve with the hidden remains of London's past transport network. The rangers and conservation volunteers working along Parkland Walk help protect its biodiversity through habitat management, conservation projects, and public education. Because the Parkland Walk is both a local nature reserve and a popular walking route, their work focuses on balancing wildlife protection with public access. There was a memorial for all lost babies. The Wildlife Trail Biodiversity Project is a volunteer led conservation area along the Parkland Walk that focuses on protecting and improving local wildlife habitats. The project aims to encourage biodiversity by creating an environment that supports wildflowers, insects, birds, and other small animals. Volunteers regularly maintain this site by planting native species, managing vegetation, and controlling invasive plants that could damage the natural ecosystem. You need to get out toward Highgate and take the Capitol Ring direction towards Queenswood area. When you reach the Queenswood section, you can continue in the direction of Highgate Wood. Queenswood is a beautiful ancient woodland and local nature reserve in North London, just southwest of Alexandra Palace. It's one of the best spots nearby if you want a quieter, more natural alternative to the palace grounds. It is around 52 acres of ancient woodland, with oak and hornbeam trees, rich wildlife, including all three UK woodpecker species. Excellent walking trails linking into Highgate Wood and the Parkland Walk toward Alexandra Palace. It's especially good in spring for bluebells and woodland flowers, and locals often combine it with a walk up to Alexandra Palace for the panoramic London views. Tucked near the Parkland Walk, Greenwood Cafe blends the charm of a neighborhood hangout with the feel of a woodland retreat. It's the kind of place where you can settle in with a rich coffee and enjoy homemade cake. The cafe's rustic decor and friendly staff make it a welcoming stop for walkers, cyclists, and locals alike. Its outdoor seating, often surrounded by greenery, adds to the relaxed vibe, turning a simple coffee break into a peaceful pause from city life. After passing Queenswood Cafe, you can continue toward Highgate Wood. Alexandra Palace is a gentle shift from quiet woodland to open views and the palace rising ahead. When heading toward Alexandra Palace, you simply follow the main internal paths east or northeast until you reach the Muswell Hill Road exit, then continue toward Alexandra Palace from outside the wood. Highgate Wood does not directly connect to Alexandra Palace, so you must leave the wood at its eastern edge. Follow the sign Parkland Walk North with Nature Reserve. Then take Cranley Gardens. It's a wide, tree-lined path with a gentle downward slope. The old railway platforms from the former Crouch End station appear shortly after you join the trail. Walk along the wooded former railway line. The path is shaded by mature trees, popular with walkers, runners, and dog walkers, home to birds, foxes, and occasional urban art. You'll notice the raised embankment and occasional brick railway remnants. At the Alexandra Palace end of the Parkland Walk, just before you reach Alexandra Palace itself, you get one of the best panoramic views in North London. From the hill and terrace area, you can usually see the Shard, Canary Wharf skyline, St. Paul's Cathedral, the City of London towers. After the panoramic viewpoint near Alexandra Palace on the Parkland Walk, the tunnel you pass through is the old railway tunnel, from the former railway line that used to connect Finsbury Park to Alexandra Palace. It's usually called the Parkland Walk Tunnels or the Alexandra Palace Railway Tunnel. The line was part of the old Great Northern Railway branch that served Alexandra Palace Station in the late 1800s and early 1900s. When the railway closed, the route was eventually turned into the nature trail you walk today. Alexandra Palace, affectionately called Ali Pali, stands on a hill between Wood Green and Muswell Hill and has served as a major center for entertainment and public recreation since the 19th century. Originally opened in 1873, it was conceived as a grand venue for the masses, offering festivals, concerts, exhibitions, and leisure activities. Just 16 days after its opening, a devastating fire destroyed much of the structure, but it was rebuilt and reopened in 1875, larger and better equipped. Alexandra Palace Station is not far from the building.